Yo, what's up guys, welcome to the channel. So as I promised you guys, I was going to show you how my Shaman build is. So we're gonna do this small recap to see how everything looks right now. So first off, let's start with the basic damage that I have. So I have 21k minimum damage and 43k maximum damage. This is without any talent points. As you can see, my talent points for now are first tab 987, second tab 801, and the third tab are 745. So let's switch to my second preset, which is the build that I have right now. As you can see, my damage has increased to 6.5 million maximum damage without anything else, right? So for the talent points, we're gonna focus on our sharpened axe. You wanna increase this one the maximum that you can, because this will give you a lot of damage. This also counts for the gilded sword. These are like the two main stats that will be required to get more damage than normal. After that, you want to make sure that the overclocked energy is also at the maximum. As you can see, the more MP you have, the higher the total damage will be. So make sure that you get this as high as you can. Followed by that, you will need some accuracy, of course, to kill the monsters. So make sure you divide some points into your agility. And finally, you want to increase your Book of the Wise as much as you can to get more wisdom, because more wisdom means also more damage. If you have remaining points, you can start adding some to the idle casting and to the far side. On the second tab, you want to make sure that you increase the power overwhelming. This one is also one of the most important stats to get a lot of damage. After that, you want to increase your knowledge is power, followed by your mana, which is the more mana the better. And if you have remaining points, I would suggest to start with 25 on energy bolt, 25 on the mini fireball, and increase the individual insight with as high as you can. Those are the most important stats for the second tab. Make sure that you try different setups to get the most damage that you can. On the third tab, we're gonna focus again on the Wiz Wombo, which will increase our first tab for the maximum wisdom. After that, you wanna make sure that you increase your multiplication. This one counts the most for your damage. Of course, you have to make sure that you have a lot of green vials in order for this bonus to be higher. So make sure you get this as high as you can and that you require the most vials that you can from the Alchemy tab. After that, you want to make sure that you have some points in the Crazy Concussion and the Ruptious Aura. This will help also to get more AFK kills during your AFK time. The rest you can increase a little bit on Sizzling Skull and Tentacle. These are mostly for the Colosseum runs. So those are the most important stats for your Shaman. If you want to go for the star talents, you can increase your Will of the Eldest a little bit, the beginner best class, and the TikTok, of course, for the AFK gains. Followed by the attacks on the Simmer. On the second star talent points, you want to make sure that you already have unlocked the Dungeonic damage, because this will also increase your dungeon or your total damage, but you need to start farming the dungeons, because the more credits you have, the higher this bonus will be. So that's basically it for the talent points. So let's see what other individual stuff are necessary to increase our Shaman. So first of all, you want to make sure that your alchemy is also really high. There are several bubbles that increase our wisdom, and the mage's best also increase all the stats multiplied by the small bubbles. So you want to make sure you have these. At later stages, you will definitely want to get the attack speed a little bit up and the severe purple bubble. This one multiplies all these bubbles that are shown here. So this one is one of the new World 4 improvements, which will increase your damage by a lot. So make sure you check out these bubbles and see what will be required for you in order to get a little more damage from your account. For example, the Mighty Staff Ward. This will also increase your total damage. I'm not gonna check all the bubbles, but you will need to read these, and they will definitely increase a little bit of your damage on small portions, right? You want to make sure that you have the proper attack cards. I'm using right now the Pincermin, which also increases our weapon power, and the Rams, which also increase the weapon power. These are definitely needed for your builds. Followed by that, you will be able to put some other ones like the Poop boss card, which increases your total damage as well. and the Bloodbone also increasing our total damage. So make sure that you check out all these cards as well before you can actually make a nice build. The sets are quite important as well. I'm always using this set, the Boss Instant Nightmares, which gives us 18% extra damage on their total account. Next, you also can use obols. I don't have much obol attack on this character, but my family obols are on gold, and you have these base damage obols, which also increase your total damage a little bit. So make sure you also check your obols once in a while. And finally, I would say the post office is one of the most important walls as well. For this one, you can see that my bob boxes for the mana is also increased with 400 points to get me the most MP possible in order to get a lot of damage. You can also put some point on the fight or on the second part, which is the damage, which is also the one I increased with 400 points. These are the basic for a lot of damage on your character. So that's basically it for my build, guys. I don't want to go much into detail, but this is the basics for the Shaman, which you will be using in order to get a lot of damage. Once you get to World 4, you will be unlocking a lot of new perks. For example, the menu, which will increase your total damage with 10%, or at least every level 2%, so mine is right now at 10%. There are different things in this world also which will increase your damage. If you use your lab, it will also give you some damage once you activate one of your characters. So there are many things that have improved now our damage in this world. So make sure that you follow at least the basics, and once you get to World 4, maybe we'll try to make an extended build to see how everything is going. I hope this small build is really helpful for you guys. If you guys have any questions, just show it, put it in the comments below. I'll try to answer every question that you ask, guys. Thanks for watching this video, guys, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, just do it. I will be putting more content in the few days, so make sure you like the video and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.